guys, welcome back to 407 Tactical. Today we're going to be doing a disassembly and cleaning video on the Sauer P365XL. This particular gun is becoming an uprise and on demand for this whole pandemic breakdown. This seems to be the go-to more than the Glock itself. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a video for you guys and new shooters who are getting your hands on these firearms, just to let you know how to take it apart and maintain your firearm after being shot at the range or maybe gotten a little dirty around the house. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the video and break this gun down and clean it for you guys. As always, we are going to make sure the firearm is clear. Now this is my concealed carry firearm, so the magazine is loaded. I do not have one in the chamber. This video is kind of just on the spot. I figured I'd hurry up and get it made and recorded so I can upload it. So there are rounds in the magazine. We're going to set these aside. We're going to open the slide. No rounds in the chamber. It's clear. So to break this firearm down, it's going to be like your your Smith & Wesson's. It's going to be this lever right here. You're going to turn it downwards, so it's going to be vertical to take the slide apart. So you're going to pull the slide all the way to the rear, pull or push. You're going to grab right here, however you like to, and you're just going to lock it back to the rear just like so. After that, you're going to take the lever and you're going to break it down just like that. So after that, you're just gonna let it go forward, pull it apart just like so. So now you have your slide with your internals and you have your lower. You're gonna set the lower to the side, maybe just like that. So now that we have that breaking down, we're gonna go ahead and remove the guide rod. And simply you just pull up. You're just gonna pop up like that, and you're just gonna pull out. So you're gonna set that aside as well. After that, you're just gonna take your barrel. It doesn't matter if it's like this or in the correct position. You're just gonna pull it forward a little bit, and you're gonna pull it up and out. So there goes your internals for your slide. Your slide itself is now stripped. We can go more into depth and push down the firing pin and remove the slide cover, pull out the spring, the fire pin, wipe all that down. But we're just going to keep it basic, simple breakdowns and cleanings for now. If you guys do want to see that, drop a comment, like, subscribe, so I know you guys are interested in the content, and that way I can get more videos, better quality, work from there. But anyways, so after that, you're just gonna take your slide, take your solvent, whatever solvent you use. I use Shooter's Lube as always, and you're just gonna spray down the slide, spray on the barrel feed ramp inside the barrel, and you spray a little bit on the guide rod. Okay. So after you've done so, take your bristle brush and you just scrub the internal of the slide. You can scrub the outside of the slide if you want, if it's a little gunked up, or you got some residue from the fire or the muzzle flash. You just scrub right there. So we're just gonna scrub it. Alright, after you went ahead and scrubbed that, you're just going to take your rag and you're just going to wipe down all of the excess and all of the solvent off the slide. Alright, so after you're done with that, your slide's cleaned. We're going to go ahead and work on the internals next. So we're going to set this aside. We're going to go ahead and grab the barrel. Same process, take your bristle brush, and you're just going to scrub the outside of the barrel, scrub the feed ramp, get any buildup or residue off of that. So now we're just going to take our bore brush and basically slide it down the inside of the barrel in a spiral motion to help get it out of the spirals as well. As you can see, there's little spirals in there that help the round rotate as it comes out. So we're just going to take this and make sure that it has a clean flight. Just like that. And as you can see, it was pretty dirty. After that, the inside is pretty clean. You're just gonna take your rag, wipe down the barrel, and make sure you didn't miss anything. And we're good to go. So after that, we can go ahead and set this aside. Now we're gonna just pick up our guide rod. With this, it doesn't require too much scrubbing or anything. You can see it still has some of that factory lube or slick or whatever you want to call it, paint. I'm not too worried about that. It's not going to hinder the function of the firearm. So we're just going to go ahead and wipe the solvent off and call it a day. Alright, all set. So now to reassemble the slide, basically you just put the two internals back in, only because we didn't take out the striker, we didn't take off the back plate, or the firing thing, we didn't take out the back plate, or any of that stuff. So it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to go in reverse. So you're going to take your barrel with the teeth facing up, and you're just going to slide it inside the opening for the barrel. You're just going to slide it in at an angle, and it's just kind of going to drop in. Just tilt your slide horizontal, push back on the barrel, and you're set. It's gonna go right into place. With the guide rod, you're basically just gonna put it in. These are kind of weird, only because there's two sides. As you can see, there's a little indentation right here, and obviously the opening right here. But if you look at the guide rod, it's circle and like a little oval. So you're just gonna insert like so, push down like that. Oh, actually, let's just make sure. Okay. Yep, so you're just gonna insert it this way, the oval facing outward. And then you're just gonna place the back end into that little groove I showed before. Right there, you can kind of see it, but it's underneath, and you just push it down inward, just like that. You'll hear it snap into place. So after that's in, your slide's assembled. We can go ahead and set the slide to the side, and we're gonna grab our lower. As you can see, there's some more of that yellow paint in there. Wasn't too many rounds that went through this, but still enough just to make a video off of it. We're gonna take our solvent, spray it, take our bristle brush, and we're just going to scrub the insides of the lower frame. Alright, so after that, with these small guns, it doesn't take too much. They're pretty straightforward. You're just going to take your rag and clean out all the excess and all the extra solvent. Alright, so after that, after you've done wiped it out, it's time to start lubing to make sure that the rails are going to be nice and easy for it to slide to glide on. I'm gonna lube a little bit right there in that spring on the connector, just to make sure there's no buildup on there and just to keep it working fluently. So you're gonna take your lube, it doesn't matter what type of lube, whatever lube you prefer. You're just gonna oil right here on the spring. If you choose to, it's not mandatory, it's not gonna hurt or anything, it's just my personal preference. And then you're gonna lube along the rail, like so. You're gonna take your slide, and you gotta make sure this lever is down. If it's not down, the slide's not gonna go on. It's there's a little bar in there that you can see. When it's up, it's gonna block. So you have to make sure it's straight and flat. So you're gonna take your slide and you're gonna push it on, push it all the way back. And when the cool thing about these firearms is when you lock the slide using the slide lock, it automatically flips that for you. So therefore you don't have to try and hold it and flip it like on most Smith & Wessons. With this firearm, as soon as you push up, it locks it into place. I find that very, very interesting and pretty easy. After that, your gun is now put together. We're gonna go ahead and run through a function check to make sure that the trigger mechanism is intact and the striker and all that, or the firing pin is gonna function as well. So with that being said, you're going to make sure the firearm is clear. You're gonna pull the trigger. You're gonna hit click. So after that, you're gonna reset the trigger by racking the slide. After that, you're gonna slowly release and hear the click, and then you're gonna pull the trigger again. So what we just did is perform a functions check. For those who don't know, that's just to make sure all the mechanisms and whatnot are working inside. After that, we can go ahead and just give the firearm a good wipe down on the outside. You can see some leftovers, just from the gloves and whatnot. So you just take your rag and you just wipe it off. Alright, well there we go. Now you learned how to disassemble, reassemble, clean, and lube your SIG Sauer P365XL. This process does kind of stay the same with the standard 365. Now the SAS is the one that's going to be a little tricky. It requires you to push down on a little indented pin. So it's a little tricky with that one, but the process is relatively the same. If you guys want to see more gun cleaning, disassembly, reassembly reviews or whatnot, go ahead and drop a comment, subscribe, like the video so I know you guys are interested in what you're seeing. I'm trying to stay with the firearms that are high on demand and relatively being bought. That way I can help the new shooters, even the older shooters that are getting in with the newer guns. They are changing a little bit, so I do want to help you guys out with that. Like I said, if you want to see more of this content, if you want to see shooting videos, reviews, if you want to see accessory reviews, go ahead and let me know in the comments. It's as simple as that, and hopefully I can get to you and see specifically what you need. Thanks again for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. 407 Tactical.